Welcome to US-based news channel. It turned out that Ukrainian troops carried out an operation against Russian mercenaries. Headquarters of the Russian mercenaries was destroyed. A big conflict broke out in the Zaporizhzhia Oblast in the south of Ukraine. Russian troops tried to attack Ukrainian troops on the southern front in the biggest operation ever. Zaporizhzhia Oblast resounded with the sounds of war. Russia has started to deploy a large number of combat helicopters in its exercises with Belarus. There is a big possibility of attack on Ukraine. Ukraine is building a strong defense system against the possibility of attack. It was noted that Lithuania provided an important military aid package to Ukraine. Serbia sent aid materials to Ukraine for infrastructure repairs. After being repeatedly defeated by Ukraine on many fronts, Russia launched a massive offensive against Ukrainian troops. It is seen that Russia carried out this attack attempt on the southern front. However, according to the information obtained, I can say that this attempted attack on Russia's southern front was recorded as the biggest attack in a long time. It is seen that Russia continues its attacks on this region due to the nuclear power plant located in the Zaporizhzhia Oblast. Because Russia is trying to damage the Ukrainian infrastructure with its attacks. In this way, Russia aims to deter Ukraine from this war by damaging Ukrainian infrastructures. But we know that these ideas of Russia will not be successful. Because Ukrainian troops are constantly struggling to protect infrastructure facilities and they are succeeding. That is why the attempts of the Russian troops to attack are always in vain. It is seen that this great attack of Russia against Zaporizhzhia Oblast did not reach the expected result. According to the information obtained, it was seen that Russia carried out nearly 200 operations in 21 regions in the Zaporizhzhia Oblast. However, it is seen that the Ukrainian troops survived this great offensive attempt of the Russian troops without loss. We see that the Russian attack systems do not have enough power. Because this great offensive attempt of the Russian troops should have caused great damage under normal conditions. However, because the defense systems of the Ukrainian troops were strong and the Russian defense systems were weak, the Ukrainian troops managed to escape this attack without any casualties. Thus, Russia's attempt to attack failed, and Russian military equipment seems to be exhausted in vain. While Russia's attack attempts on the southern front were inconclusive, it is seen that the Ukrainian troops carried out important operations on the eastern front. Thanks to these operations, the Ukrainian troops caused great destruction on the positions of the Russian mercenaries. According to the information obtained, it is seen that very high-intensity explosions occur one after another in the city of Soledar. Severity of the operations carried out by the Ukrainian troops was so high that it is known that explosions in the city of Soledar were heard even from all the surrounding areas. Ukrainian troops launched a massive offensive against Russian mercenaries operating in the city of Soledar. After the attack of the Ukrainian troops, the headquarters of the Russian mercenaries was destroyed. In addition, it was seen that an ammunition depot belonging to the Russian troops became unusable in this attack of the Ukrainian troops. It was stated that this operation was carried out by the Ukrainian rocket and artillery forces affiliated with the Ukrainian forces. After this big operation of the Ukrainian troops in the eastern region, Russia seems to be preparing for a major offensive for Ukraine. We know that Russia suffered great losses and suffered great defeats in the war. It seems that Russia, which lost both its military personnel and military equipment, could not stand alone in the war. In addition, the fact that countries do not support Russia forces Russia even more in this war process. For this reason, Russia wants Belarus to be involved in the war and aims to benefit from Belarus military resources. For this reason, it is seen that the exercises between Russian soldiers and Belarusian soldiers have increased, and even Russia has carried out test flights by airing 11 air attack vehicles in the Belarus region. In addition, according to the information received, it was learned that air attack vehicles with many advanced features were deployed over the Belarus region. As a result of all this activity, the possibility of preparing a major attack attempt from Russia and Belarus to the Ukrainian regions has increased considerably. Thereupon, Ukrainian troops took important measures and ensured the security of their regions. According to the information obtained, it was observed that after Russia's preparations for the exercise in Belarus, the Ukrainian troops began to deploy mobile air defenses on the northern front against possible air attacks. With these air defense systems, air attacks from Russia or Belarus will be neutralized in a short time. Therefore, with these measures taken by the Ukrainian air units, many regions on the northern front, including the capital of Ukraine, Kiev, were secured. But it seems that with the help of countries, Ukraine's regions will become much safer. According to reports, Lithuanian military aid to Ukraine appears to be vital to Ukraine's air defense. As we have just mentioned, we said that the preparations made by Russia and Belarus increased the possibility of a new attack on Ukraine. And it seems very likely that this attack was an air strike. However, thanks to the measures taken by the Ukrainian troops and the assistance provided by Lithuania to Ukraine, it is clear that an airstrike against the Ukrainian regions will be quite ineffective. Because it is known that anti-aircraft weapons, military ammunition, and Mi-8 helicopters are included in the military aid package sent by Lithuania to Ukraine. Therefore, it is possible to successfully repel any future airstrikes against Ukraine, thanks to assistance from countries. That's why Russia's airstrikes against Ukraine are not strategic. Because it is very likely that Russia's air attack vehicles will be shot down one by one during these attacks. At the same time, I would say that Russian attacks on Ukrainian infrastructures would be unreasonable. As we have just explained, Russia is carrying out its attacks mostly against Ukraine's infrastructures. In these attacks, Ukrainian infrastructures are slightly damaged, but the Ukrainian forces manage to repair their infrastructure in a short time. Because many countries provide support to Ukraine for the repair of Ukrainian infrastructures. One of the countries providing these supports is Serbia. In line with the statement made by Serbia, it was stated that an aid equipment package containing many generators and transformers will be sent to Ukraine in order to speed up infrastructure repairs in Ukraine. Thanks to this aid package, Ukraine's infrastructure repairs are gaining momentum and Russia's target is uncertain. We have stated that Russia's goals are to deter Ukraine from the war by damaging the Ukrainian infrastructure. However, it seems that Ukraine continues to fight without any loss or damage during the war thanks to the support of the countries. Although this situation does not please Russia at all, it provides a great advantage for Ukraine. Because in this way, it is seen that the Ukrainian troops got stronger and continued the war, and in this way, the Russian soldiers suffered great defeats. As a matter of fact, it is seen that Russia experienced a great regression during the war due to the recent loss of military personnel and military equipment. Therefore, it is very normal for Russia to want to include Belarus in this war. However, I think that Russia cannot achieve success by including Belarus in this war. Because the strength of the Ukrainian troops is quite enough to protect their territory. It is also seen that many countries support Ukraine and impose sanctions on Russia. For this reason, European countries underlined that they would impose sanctions on countries that supported Russia during the war. In other words, it is not known whether Belarus will lift these sanctions and join the war. Because with the involvement of Belarus in this war, many countries will increase their sanctions. This situation may adversely affect the Belarusian economy and relations with countries. We will keep you informed of future developments. We'll see what happens in the next few days. We have reached the end of another video. You can support us by liking the video. You can easily follow new videos by subscribing. I wish you all a war-free day. See you.